I slept with my stepmom. Years later, I still couldn't get over the attraction. It began when I was 16. My parents had separated the year before, and I lived with my dad. He started dating this woman a few years younger than him. At first, I tried denying my attraction, but she looked perfect. Olive complexion, sandy blonde hair, about 5 feet tall, too. The right curves in the right places. Nothing happened for the first 6 months. Then one day my dad went to the hardware store. "I'll be gone for a few hours. You two kids don't get too crazy now. Don't do anything I wouldn't do." If my dad knew what was about to happen, he never would have said that. My stepmom called me into her bedroom, said she needed help readjusting a curtain rod. I get a stepladder and did what I was told. After fidgeting with it for several minutes, I said, "Looks fine to me." "From where I'm standing, same," she replied. I froze on the ladder. I turned around, and she patted the bed gently, running her soft-looking hands over the thin green blanket. I got down off the ladder and sat on the bed. "I know you've been calling me Mom for a while now, but I'd really like it if you called me Jennifer," she practically purred. What happened next I don't want to get into too much detail about. However, I will say that it was amazing, and we just narrowly escaped getting caught. This continued for another 6 months or so. I could hardly say no for more than one reason. She said that if I said anything or denied her, she'd go to my dad with an accusation so horrible I'd be kicked out. And I believed her. My dad loved my stepmom too much to take my side. Fast forward several years. I'm still in college and can't get over my attraction. I always tried to date women who looked similar, but I remained unsatisfied because the similarities were superficial at best. I lost all hope of finding someone who really looked like my stepmom. Until one day, I found a nearly identical match. I flirted right away, sending her messages, telling her I'd do anything just for one date. She agreed, said her name was Sarah. We'd meet at one of my favorite restaurants near the beach. The date went marvelously, much better than I expected. We were both really attracted to each other. I suggested a hotel close by, and she agreed. A storm looked like it was rolling in, so we hurried off the beach and checked into a hotel about a 10-minute walk from the restaurant. In our hotel room, things went great. Best intimate experience I had in years. When we were finished, we lay in each other's arms. "You were great," I said. "You too. And by the way, call me Jennifer, not Sarah," she said. I froze in her arms. I heard this slick sound, like an arm going through a tunnel of grease. Turning my face slowly, I saw a large, red, slug-like creature crawling out of Jennifer's mouth. I was so horrified, I just watched the thing's progress out of Jennifer's mouth for a moment. I ran from the hotel room as fast as I could, didn't stop until I was on the beach again. I turned to look at the hotel. Nothing. I didn't see Jennifer's short body following me. Panting, I turned to face the row of restaurants in the other direction. There stood Jennifer. "Don't worry, Kevin. I'll keep our little tryst a secret. Plus, you don't have to support the child. I'll just tell your dad it's his. It'll probably look enough like him anyway." Jennifer opened her mouth, revealing the large, red, slug-like thing. No one else was on the beach, just me and her. I heard a soft crying coming from the slug. Horror grew in me again, and kept growing until she closed it. "I still carry your first baby inside me always. It's been keeping me young. But this baby says it wants a brother so that it can crawl inside my womb and take over, become a real human being. I love the sanctity of life," Jennifer said. Then she turned around and walked away.